Welcome everyone, my name is Comet, and today I have for you a very exciting project that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. For me, this is something that would be peak of my Pokemon Go career, which is being able to solo raids. Now, last year I brought the idea of being able to solo a lot of this content, but now I finally understand how I can make it happen, and I want to bring it to the channel as well. So for a bit of context, I've been playing Pokemon Go for a while now. I try to play as much as possible, and it's even helping me get a much healthier because I go out, hunt Pokemons, and I have lost a lot of weight just walking around. But now I think I really want to get some of the coolest Pokemons because right now my arsenal of Pokemons don't have anything, man. I don't have that many cool Pokemons. I don't have that many legendaries aside from the ones that I managed to get, from online play. But that was more of me leeching off of someone else rather than me actually doing something to get those Pokemon. So I want to change that, man. I want to be able to solo this raid so that I can actually get something good, right? I want the legendaries, man. I want the cool stuff like Tyranitar. I want the cool stuff. Obviously, not all raids are soloable at the moment. But at the very least, I want to be able to solo a big portion of the content. And for the raids that I cannot solo, then maybe I can actually put in a lot of effort and a lot of damage, let's say, into a Pokemon. Because what has happened, like I mentioned, I feel like I've only been leeching off other people so far, and I want to change that. So how do we make this happen? Well, first off, we need to separate the raids in Pokemon Go into three parts. One is the normal raids, the other is the Dynamax raids, and finally we have the Shadow raids. The reason why I separate these is because of how often you tend to find them. Shadow raids are a lot less common and tend to have a much better tool set of Pokemons than normal raids. So let's go now, bit by bit with the normal raids. Now for this is gonna be all of your 1-star, 3-star, 4-star with Mega Evolutions, and 5 stars as well. These raids right here, I have the content of what we are gonna have for February. For February, we are gonna have a Enamorus. At the moment, this week, I think, up until next week, then we're gonna have Mega Tyranitar. And for the 3 stars, we're gonna have Graveler, Dedenne, Marini, Shuckle, and for the 1 stars, we're gonna have Diglett, Ludwig, Emolga, Espurr, and Stuffle. Now, right off the back, 1 stars, they're not really worth it for this plan. I do think that something like Emolga will be nice to have, especially in the shiny form. That is more like a collection or more like a cosmetic. But aside from that, in terms of for this plan, there's not really any type of valuable in 1 star. In 3 star, we do have Marini, which could work for PvP. But in general, we don't have neither, like in 3 stars. That much valuable Pokemons, but in the 4 and 5 stars, here's where I think it's gonna be insane. Enamorus, by far one of the best fairy types in the game, and then Tyranitar, by far one of the best Pokemons in general in the game. I think it's the best or one of the best rock attackers and one of the best dark attackers. Like, this thing is insanely to have. Now, at the moment, how could we get this done? There's no way. The only thing is if I could leech off of someone, but we need to avoid those things, so probably this is off the table at the moment. This means like normal raids are not really that valuable, but this is where Shadow raids come in, because Shadow raids are gonna have an insane amount of good Pokemons. Here, in 1-star Shadow raids, for example, we're gonna have especially Ralts, man, Gardevoir, like, it's one of the best Pokemons in the game at the moment. In general, we could purify it and get it a Mega Gardevoir, or we could keep it, as a Gardevoir for our army as well. So Ralts, if I ever see a Ralts in Shadow raids, definitely this is gonna be a valuable Pokemon. And this is what I mean, how Shadow raids usually have a much more valuable Pokemons for fighting. As you guys can see, this is nothing in normal raids. But this also means that it's gonna be rare. In fact, there are some days where we are not even gonna find Ralts. Aside from this, Totodile could be really good for PvP as well. But my target should be the normal Ralts. Now let me check something, because I want to see the attackers. Yeah, let me copy paste this. I want to see which attackers are gonna be good for ground or poison. Let's see, poison and ground. And the reason why I want to check this out is because we also have, the Shadow Nidorans. And if they're actually good, I will try to get them. So let's see. Shadow Nidoking or Nidoqueen. Top 30. So it's not that good for poison. Top 30, top 40. So they're not good for poison. And for ground, are they any good? Well, for ground, we do have some heavy hitters, man. That's the thing. I think a lot of these Pokemon are insane. Holy moly, look at this. Yeah, I think for ground is... yeah, it's... oh, it doesn't even have a fast ground attack. Okay, that kinda sucks. Now, in terms of poison... it's not that good neither. In fact, we could have Alolan Muk from the grunt themselves. That could be something. Even Muk is better than Shadow Nidoking, so this is not worth doing because remember, we will have a limited amount of raid passes. So we need to specialize over here. Now Ralts is gonna be good, but I think 3 stars is where it starts to be really fucking good, man. We have Electabuzz and we have Magmar, and this is massive. Let me show you. Electric and Fire type. For electric type, we have Shadow Electabuzz, which is top 6. Sorry, Shadow Electivire, so top 6. That could be gigantic if we get a good Electabuzz, so I need to go for this. And I have had some... I have some Garchomps that could make this happen. Otherwise, what is common at the moment that could make this happen? Or like what is common in general? Well, Dribble has been very common for a long time. Or like for a while it was very common. Obviously we have the Swinubs. So these things are usually the core that could take Electabuzz down. Same for Magmar. Probably... I don't have any water attacker, I think. I don't have any water Pokemon. They're rare as shit. Because I couldn't get Primal Kyogre back in when it was available. I think I don't have any water stuff. Oh, I do have one Shadow Empoleon. Sorry, one Perfect Empoleon. But I only have one. And that's the only thing that I have. And I actually got the Empoleon because it was a Shadow Pokemon. And I purified it when I didn't know that Shadow Pokemons were actually stronger. And I got it from a Rocket Balloon, of course. Now, what else could we use? Well, normal Empoleon is not that hot. And I don't really have anything else that is that good, honestly. Well, we could try to get a Shadow Feraligatr is actually quite strong. Look. So maybe it might be worth it to go for Shadow Feraligatrs. I thought it was much more of a PvP pick. So we could go for these two. And then focus on these two. So this could be my focus for this month, Electabuzz, Magmar, because Magmar, I think it's top 30? Top 30, yeah, top 30 of fire attack. But this is very different because fire Pokemons tend to be... Probably fire is one of the strongest types in the game. Like we have heavy hitters like Blaziken, Reshiram, we have a Ho-Oh, yeah. We do have some really good stuff in fire stuff. So being top 30 in fire is not the same as being top 30 in poison. So this could be a good start, like these 4 Pokemons. If I ever see them, I will try to go for them. Now for Max we do have Moltres at the moment, which there's no chance that I can get. 0 chance. In fact, I do have some Kinglers, but they will have to be perfect. there's no chance. So instead, I'm gonna focus on getting this. Need to try to fish for a perfect squirrel, for a perfect crabby, and a perfect. No, in fact, I need to fish for a perfect squirrel, and then farm the others for the candy, especially for Krabby. That way, because I do have a Gigantamax Krabby, as I join the community event. Now, Gigantamax raids are a bit different because they are made to be done by multiple people. So those, it's okay, to go and leech off people. In fact, most of us leech off each other. We didn't have that many good Pokemon at the beginning, and then, boom, we got the Kinglers, right? The Gigantamax Kinglers. So getting candy for this will be good. Then we need to try to fish for a perfect squirrel. Matchup is not worth it. There's nothing that I can think of that, there's no good. How can I say this? There is no good normal type Pokemons that you would need a matchup for, a max matchup for. Now remember also the Machamp has a Gigantamax form. So even if you get a normal matchup at the moment, it's gonna get outdated when Gigantamax gets released. Unless they release maybe Snorlax, could be the only reason why matchup could be worth having. But aside from that, aside from the Snorlax, and for normal type Gigantamax, we have Eevee, we have Snorlax. Aside from those, there's no real reason to get a matchup. I just don't see it. Especially because there is a Gigantamax Machamp. Unless they add more Dynamax stuff that we will need these. But I'd rather just focus on 1-star first. Get the core rolling. And then move onto the next stuff, Now for next week, what do we have next week? Let me double check. Max raids February. We do have the schedule, for the max raids in Pokemon Go. Let me check. Let me paste it right here. Here, look. Max raid. So this is gonna be the event. Right now we are over here in this week. I will try to get Sobbles, Squirrels, and Krabbies. That is my main focus. Next week, Grident and Scorbunny 100%. These two, especially because they will release Gigantamax of this thingy. When they release the Gigantamax Scorbunny, I need to have the candy. So this is gonna be a way of me farming candy, right? Getting Scorbunny, getting Grident, and also if we get like a perfect of this, will be nice. Grident is gonna be super important because it's gonna be the hyper counter for ghost type Pokemons until Snorlax gets released. But until then, this is gonna be the best counter for ghost type Pokemons, like ghost type Dynamax. So these two, we need to go for them. The week after, obviously, Grookey. And here, I have to admit, I want some Pedo. There's no reason for it. I just want it. I think it's cool. Period. The week after, Sobble and Pedo. I do not want Darumaka. There's no reason to go for Darumaka when Scorbunny exists. The last week, the first week of March. Oh, this is gonna be really good. We need some Ghastlies. Gengars is gonna be good, especially start to farm this thing. Not only that, you can work towards your Platinum badge as well for Ghost type Pokemons. And then, with what we collected this month, I could try to go up a notch, to collect a Beldum, because Beldum is gonna be a 3-star or 2-star, I think. And this could be like a good way to start leveling up, to go to the next level. For the raids, like I mentioned, there's not much we can do over here unless we leech off. Spotlight hours. This one is gonna be insane. The Unova starters for Candy especially. And aside from that, I think we're good. Oh, Hoop Unbound. Ooh, Hoop Unbound. But Hoop Unbound is gonna be a community event, I imagine, over here. Because I already see a lot of people gathering for this. So I could try to go with the community event and get my Hoopa. That will give me probably one of the best attackers in the entire game for Dark type. And then we need to wait for what they're releasing on over here. Research, this doesn't matter. And that's it, So for the plan itself, for Dynamax, for example, which is like Dynamax is a mechanic that I really enjoy, man. I think it's fun. Now, last week was the best, honestly, had the best Pokemons. But this week is gonna be amazing as well. I need to try to get some Squirrels. At the moment where I am though, we only have Moltres, so there's nothing we can grind. Next week there's a Grident Day. How is this Pokemon? I forgot. Like the pre-evolution of Grident. Squavet. So next Monday is Squavet Day, so definitely I need to try to get that. Then it's gonna be Pidove Day. We need to get into that. And then I think it's Darumaka Day. Could it be? Yeah, I think it's Darumaka Day. Here, look. So we didn't have Squavet. Then Pidove, Darumaka, I do not want. Dynamax Beldum Day could be good to get, Oh, this could be like a special event on the channel where I go and collect this. Let's do that. Actually, let's gather as many strong Pokemons as possible this week. And then this month, and then next month, we can start to go up a notch with Dynamax Beldum. That could be cool. I definitely want some Pidoves. If you wonder why, I just think they're cool, man. There's no reason towards it. But yeah, that's my plan, trying to get some of the level 1s in max raids. In shadow raids, we need to scout for Electabuzz, Magmar, and then for Totodile and Ralts. That is gonna be my plan. Obviously, this is something that will also need, some dedication, and it can be improved with the shadow balloons. Because this month we have really cool stuff. For example, here are the bosses. I think that these two right here are good. The Scorpion is gonna be really good for PvP, and I think it's also one of the best at poison attackers. Let me check. Oh, where is it? Yeah, Shadow Drapion. Now, it's not as good as a Alolan Muk. This is a personal preference, I really want Alolan Muk. But I also have still some missions from the Takeover event, so I could get some Palkia. Problem is that Palkia fucking sucks dick. It's not good for anything. It's just a Dragon type, but Dragon types, what do you want it for? Dragon types are weak to Dragon types, so there's no reason. And it doesn't have a fast water attack, so it's a shitty water Pokemon. But I think it's gonna be, I don't know. I guess it's better to have it than not have it. Honestly, the original form Palkia has been carrying me very hard during my Rocket Balloons encounters. So I think having normal Palkia is like a way of saying this is gonna be my say of saying thank you, So I think I could go for that. For normal grunts, all three could be fun. No, actually, Big Barrel and Diggersby are the best ones, obviously. For fire type, Tepig. Water type, honestly, here, Oshawott and Horsey could both be good. And if we get the male one, having a Gyarados is always nice, especially when we get a Shadow Gyarados back. Electric type, all of these three. No, in fact, Joltik is not that fun, but we could have Zebstrika, which is good. I do not want Magnemite though. Zebstrika could be nice, but this is more like we cannot really We can only farm the grunts on cooldown, but there's not way to like choose of them. Here, I really want a Hoppip from the grass type because I wanna use it for PvP. I think that Hoppip gives you like a massive edge in PvP, so definitely want that. The other two, not interested. I already have like a perfect of this that I found, from a grass grunt or an ice grunt. I think it was grass grunt. Perfect Snowbird that I can evolve into a Boma Snow. So I think I'm gonna be doing that. That way I can use like a mega Boma Snow. And all of that was found, from these grunts. I think this is a good way to get good Pokemons. Same for my best Machamp, need to farm those. Like fighting type is gonna be insane. Holy shit! all three of these are good. Ice type fucking blows dick. Let me check. Poison type. I like Garbodor, especially because we need to farm. We need to farm the candy, so that we are ready for a Gigantamax Garbodor. Aside from that, Weezing, I personally like Weezing, but that is like a personal opinion. Anything else is a bonus. Ground type, all of these suck dicks. Flying type, I am really farming for Pidgeot. I want Pidgeot. I want Mega Pidgeot. It's gonna be my main, or one of my main flying attackers. Psychics, they're suck dick. Bug types, all of these are good, honestly. You cannot go wrong over here. Because you need to farm Caterpies for Gigantamax Butterfly. This could be good in general. This is like a Mega Scizor. These two... Well, actually, these three are not that hot. But this Rock type, man. I want this. A Shadow Rampardos. Rampardos is something that I personally like a lot. The rest are not that hot. All Ghosts are good. All Dragons are good. Dark types, all of them are okay. I personally really like Rattata, but that is more like a cosmetic reason. They are good. Steel type, they are so dick. Fairy type, maybe they are good actually. They are good. Yeah. The starters, they are good. I try to do this. I cannot do it, man. I'm not strong enough to do it. And this one, I would personally like to have a Weepinbell. Because I think it's good for PvP, or like has been historically good for PvP. I don't know if it's good at the moment, but it historically has been good for PvP. And I think it's just a cool Pokemon to have in general. And that's it for me, actually. There's a lot of stuff to do. I need to farm Rocket Balloons on cooldown, or as much as possible. Then focus, like I mentioned, Totodile, Ralts, Electabuzz, Magmar. Level 1 raids in max raids. And that's it. And then we can do Hoopa event. I'm gonna go into the community event. In fact, do we have information on how strong is Hoopa? Or how strong it's gonna be? Not yet. No, it does not appear yet. Now Hoopa is probably gonna become the best shadow attacker, or maybe the second best after Tyranitar. Mostly because Hoopa, it's a Pokemon that in the normal games it hits like a fucking truck, but it is very slow. There is no speed in Pokemon Go, so I think that he's gonna go straight into the top. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's gonna be top 1. Not at all, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Especially if he gets like the hyperspace. How is Hoopa a special attack called? Hoopa Hyperspace Fury. Like, if he gets Hyperspace Fury, which I think it's a dark attack if I remember correctly. Plus maybe Gnarl. That could be fucking gigantic, man. Like, actually. No, it's Hoopa Unbound is over here. Never mind. Yeah, look, the problem is for Hoopa Unbound is because it doesn't have Hyperspace Fury. If it had Hyperspace Fury, it will be number 1. He needs Hyperspace Fury, and then he needs something else rather than Confusion, and then Hoopa is gonna be top tier, like guaranteed. Now, does he learn any Psychic type? Because maybe we can use it for Psychic. Hoopa. Oh, yes, it is. You're confusing and Psychic. Yeah, top 10 Psychic attacker. So Hoopa is an absolute must-have. Then I need to go and participate in the Hoopa Unbound raid. Then the raid day. When is it gonna be actually? Raid day. Hoopa. Where are you? Where are you, Mr. Hoopa? Mr. Hoopa, the Unbound. February 15. So it's a Saturday. It's a raid day. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get as many Hoopas as possible. How can we prepare for that though? Because it needs bug counters. Oh, how about Lockix? Lockix at the moment we could try to get a good Lockix. Is Lockix even good? What is like top tier of bugs? Let's see. Lockix is shit. It's not even top 30. But it's what we could get. Maybe I could try to get some Lockix. It's the only thing, because right now Lockix are everywhere. So it's the only thing that I think we could get. Otherwise, Heracross, never seen that. It doesn't even exist in my region, I think. Characters are rare. I do have a Pheromosa, but it's not that hot. Pinseers, never seen them. Scizors, I have seen Scizors and Siders. I think our only option is gonna be Lockix, really. I start to find Lockix then. But yeah, I think that's it for my plan. We don't need anything else. Do we need anything else? Well, there's the Unova region, but this is like next month, so until and we don't have information on what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna try to update you on these every single day. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This was my plan. There's a lot to do. There's a lot that we can train for. So let's do it. Have a good day, everyone. My name is Comet, and let the hunt for good Pokemons and the preparation for my project begin. Peace.